ready to go? Oh. There he is. Hello, everybody. We join you on a Friday this time. That's unusual. Yeah, we are here. Friday quali session. Sprint weekend. What's your thoughts about the new sprint format, Pedro?
First of all, hello to everybody. Well, not really sure, because even though it has some good ideas, there's some good reasoning behind it. I think it really backs up the weekend, necessarily.
Yeah,
Sure.
same.
Sorry. Go.
I was saying the same, really. Same opinions as you.
Yeah, I think that it's good that the sprint race doesn't determine the starting grid for the main race, as so just having some issues here.
No worries.
Can you hear me better now?
I can, yes.
I have issues with my mic, yeah. So it was possibly my computer. It was turning basically into an airplane engine.
My computer is about to take off, so no worries. So yeah, my thoughts. I think obviously it provides us with a lot more on-track action, but I feel for the drivers because it's a lot to deal with within one weekend, and they don't really get a lot of practice. And as we had a look earlier, that one that one practice session, a couple of things went wrong. Doesn't give them much time for the teams to fix their cars before a quali session. So I don't know. It seems all kind of jam packed. So not quite sure.
Yeah, I also think that the fact that in this era of Formula One, there's such limited time to do testing, especially for rookies. Just having already a short amount of time being reduced like that doesn't really help them adapt to the car as well.
Yeah,
which isn't ideal, really. And as you said, for the teams, if they want to test out new components or gather some data, it's really tricky for them to manage all that as well.
Yeah, but I don't know. Hopefully, maybe after this quali session and the sprint race tomorrow, maybe it will change our minds. Obviously, we've got a new quali format as well. SQ1, SQ2, and SQ3, which is confusing. But from what I've took from it is that drivers have to use a certain tyre in the certain session. Hello, Midnight. Good to see you. He says that castle section looks narrow. Hashtag Leclerc corner. I am stupid. Yeah. The drivers have to use a certain tyre in a certain quali session or sprint quali session, and I believe that Midnight was a fan of this idea quite a while ago. He liked the idea of using a certain tyre, for example, hard in SQ1, medium in SQ2, and then softs in SQ1. So Midnight, if you want to share your opinions about that, let us know, or your opinions on the sprint race weekend as a whole.
There's already a yellow flag, I believe. Oh no, it was clear already. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm too far ahead of you.
I'm still on board with Hamilton. I've just seen the yellow flag now, so I'm a little bit ahead of you.
Oh, okay.
No, you're a little bit ahead of me. Sorry.
No, I'm ahead of you. Yeah. Okay. I'll have that into account.
Yeah, no worries. We'll catch up. The tyre change is interesting. Some cars and drivers just can't use some compounds well. So it might shake up the grid. Yeah. Yeah. It could, and obviously with the whole sprint changes as well, it allows more drivers to take more risks, which I think we were kind of missing.
I agree.
Over the last few years. It's almost like they weren't going to take any risks. Like, couldn't really be bothered what position they got in, and it wasn't really worth, I guess, getting in the battles and going for those risky moves. So at least this year, with the proposed plan, obviously after this weekend they'll let us know if it worked or not. But should mean we get a few more battles on a Saturday, which can't complain about.
Absolutely.
Double
that was
double
just
the
one
amount.
Yeah, that's really like one of the points why I like this new format. They say like drivers weren't taking many risks. Otherwise, just any damage was going to compromise their starting position for the main race, and obviously the teams would have extra work to do, like repairing the cars if that was the case, or just wasn't really favoring anyone with that. So I'm glad that they're kind of following the system that is implemented in F2 in a way, because they also do qualifying, and that determines, so the top 10 of that qualifying is reversed for the sprint race, and then for the main event you just start on the starting grid is based on the qualifying that was done like first. So interesting.
And obviously we were on Hun stream last night. I saw that you were recommending people to watch F2, because it seems this year's the year to get into it. So which race does this qualifying session represent? This quality session that we're watching at the moment is Sunday's grid. So whatever the drivers get today is where they start on Sunday. Tomorrow is the whole sprint thing. The SQ1 to SQ3 will be in the morning, I believe, and then the sprint race will be in the afternoon. So all the sprint and everything to do with the sprint is done on the Saturday. So it's a bit confusing, but yeah. The quali session today is for Sunday. Quali session tomorrow is for tomorrow.
Yes.
So today is just a normal qualifying, so obviously it's no like he has to use hards on this section or this session or something like that. That's tomorrow. What do you think with the practice session? Couldn't they? I get. No, not really. But I was gonna say maybe go to the track a day earlier, to then still allow those drivers, such as rookies, to then have the practice sessions and the teams the development time. But then that's a long weekend for drivers and their teams, obviously.
Yeah. And let's also have in mind, like, it's especially for like parts, let's say like the engine, teams are already struggling to make it like throughout the entire season without having to
Joe had a little bit of a wiggle. Do they do Parc Fermé after the sprint section of races, or are the car modifications more open? I remember them doing that previously. Yeah, a little bit of an Alfa Romeo oopsie.
Well, I don't. Did they do Parc Fermé after the sprint section? I believe you can still do some changes. But don't quote me on that. I saw something about it. Oh, yellow flag.
Another one. I mean, sometimes they might need to do the changes, because isn't it the short distance? Then the race is a much longer distance. Oh,
Nick de Vries, that's a red flag.
Yep, Nick de Vries into the wall. Possible. That definitely looks like suspension damage, and wheel is the wrong way round.
a cheeky McLaren leaving the escape road there.
Yeah. Oh!
It's like, hello there.
Nothing to see here.
This is interesting. Wasn't it last year that Yuki Tsunoda just binned it into the same corner? Or was that in 2021? Oh, yeah,
no
you walked
idea.
up there. I do remember seeing an AlphaTauri like crashing into that very same wall not too long ago.
It should be renamed the AlphaTauri rule. Ooh.
Oh, it's just locked up there, doesn't it? Oh.
There's no room for error on this track. I don't know, I'm a bit worried for our pre-GP. I feel like I'm going to bin it into several walls.
Yeah, was that that was a rear lock-up as well.
Yeah, those rear brakes look like they might have cooked, potentially. Yeah, not much Nick could have done there, really. It's such a tight corner.
So too.
He's already turned in, so it's not like he could go down the escape road at that point. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty unfortunate for Nick there.
I feel sad for him because I've been seeing so many people like criticizing him the last few weeks, and I know that he's not necessarily living up to the expectations we had after that outstanding performance at Monza last season as a reserve.
Yeah.
But then again, the AlphaTauri just doesn't look good.
I was going to say it is a difficult car, and we can't forget that we're only a few races into the season, and it is a long season ahead. So I feel like
people.
What's that saying? It's like if you do something really well, people will remember it for a little bit and then they'll forget. If you do something bad or you don't live up to your expectations, people will remember that for longer than they would something you've done well.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is sad in a way, but he's got a long season ahead. I'm sure that we'll see him do well.
Yeah.
Or hopefully do well.
Let's hope so. I think that it doesn't really help that Red Bull has so many talented drivers on their driver program.
Also, I just remembered talking about AlphaTauri. Isn't Frank Tost? He's leaving.
Frank Tost, the team principal.
He's leaving at the end of this year.
And he's going to be replaced by current race. No, it's not race directors.
Someone at Ferrari.
Yeah, he's someone at Ferrari that used to work for AlphaTauri before they were AlphaTauri. I think that's when they were Toro Rosso.
Are they going to be AlphaTauri for much longer, do we reckon? This wasn't there a rumour a while ago that it'd be changing?
Yeah, but I think they've abandoned that idea and actually got even closer to Red Bull recently on their technical partnership. I think there were a few people interested in buying the team, but Red Bull was asking for 800 million euros, so don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. That's the same. You're only as good as your last success or mistake. Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly it.
He's got a long way to go.
Yeah, it's going to be third race of the season, and out of 20 something. So,
personal opinion, I think the move AlphaTauri to that Red Bull site, but either in a different building or a floor with an extension, makes financial sense for them to be based in the same area. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
They're basically the sister team. They might as well be in the same area.
Yeah. Just considering this cost cap era, I was really surprised to see that AlphaTauri wanted. I know why they wanted to have some sort of different identity and separate themselves a little bit from Red Bull, but then again, and obviously it's easy to talk after you've seen things happen, but
Mm.
I do wonder if they could have benefited a lot more from like personnel changes between the teams.
Yeah.
So they could have brought in a few people from Red Bull to help them develop the car.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
for
like,
this new set of regulations.
it's almost like, in a way, it's kind of like Mercedes and Williams, but the teams that they're sister teams, they don't really help them out. They're just kind of associated with them in a way, but they don't really, I guess, help them out, which you'd expect them to, considering that they're like not the rookie team, but like the teams that the rookies kind of go into before they obviously then go to the higher teams. So you'd think like maybe not give them all of the information, but give them a little bit of information. So like this worked well, this didn't, like because it could only then benefit them both. But in a way, this is what makes Formula One Formula One. It's a lot of teams against each other, even though they have the same, like basically the same name, the same brand. Like everything's very similar. They're different teams at the end of the day.
Exactly.
They were only based in Italy as they took over Minardi, an Italian team, which by now must have really outdated facilities. Yeah, potentially. So you're right in a way that it just makes sense them just coming like over to Red Bull and like sharing their facilities. Or potentially being like, can we use this, please? It's illegal in the current regs for teams to help each other with financial or technical knowledge. So it's a tricky area for two sister teams. Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, like, you've seen, for example, between Haas and Ferrari, like, Haas use everything, like, from the simulator to, like, all other types of facilities within Ferrari. You've seen staff from Ferrari move there on the cost cap, so as you said, and as Midnight said, it's not legal to like give them parts of the, let's say, like if you have like the car concept, you're not gonna go to the sister team and give them exactly the same thing, but like if you have the personnel that can help you like develop the car in a unique way, but like with kind of a good baseline concept.
Yeah, I was gonna say like helping them out in a legal way is better than not helping them at all, sort of thing.
Absolutely. They can only benefit from it because, like, you know, having the sister team actually helps you in other ways, like. You know, in Red Bull's case, obviously it gives them a platform for them to have a look at their young drivers and see if they're ready to move to the main team in the future.
Yeah.
There's also, let's say in their case, since they're the only teams using Honda engine, obviously having a second team to gather data from does really help in that sense of like the engine development, for example. It also kind of helps them like gather some personnel that could be important for the team in the future. Like if you see 100%. Someone talented working on the sister team, it's a lot easier to like, you know, spot the talent and then bring them over to the main team.
Yeah, essentially. Exactly. Midnight says seems a long red flag for such a simple shunt. Yeah. I suppose they've got to check the barrier. Barrier's probably what they're trying to
I mean, the car was
construct.
The car was really stuck on the barrier. It actually I saw the marshals there like on track, and they were really struggling just to get the car out of the barrier. So
F1, they do love
it was
the
a
red
bigger
flags.
shunt than we all thought. Yeah, and the thing is, I'm not sure if you think the same, but like, it seems like now everything is a reason for them to bring out a red flag.
Yeah, especially Australia. We saw a lot more red flags than we have like for a while. I don't know. Maybe they've just gone very health and safety. Like they've got the health and safety caps on, and we're like, it's not safe. It's a red flag. After Oz, don't remind me about the red flags. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I suppose because it's
Speaking of
such a
Australia,
narrow track, they can't really put a yellow flag up. But
yeah, I'm not sure if it was even viable to put like a I don't know, either a virtual safety car condition or like yellow flags altogether, because as you say, it's a pretty narrow track, and then again, pretty much all the drivers have done a lap by then, I think, apart from Sainz. So they were going to probably go back to the pits as it was.
and then a little bit earlier.
Hmm.
With 10 minutes to go in Q1, I haven't really seen much as yet. But we've got Verstappen on pole, Leclerc second, Alonso third, Norris fourth, Hamilton fifth, Hulkenberg sixth, Piastri seventh, Perez eighth, Magnussen ninth, Bottas 10th. Then you've got Stroll, Albon, Zhou, Sargent, Russell, Ocon, Tsunoda, Gasly, De Vries, and Sainz. Obviously, De Vries won't be going out again. So
yeah, he's already knocked out.
That's a guaranteed P20.
Yeah. I'm actually curious to see how Williams will perform like throughout this entire weekend, because they usually have like a really low drag concept, which interacts with long straights like we have here, can really benefit them. So looking forward to see if they can manage to get some good results and hopefully some points on board.
Yeah. Well,
I'm surprised to see the Alfa Romeo that far up, but then again, the Alpines are probably going to improve. Russell is probably going to improve as well. Carlos hasn't even set a lap in, so
yeah, got a lot left to go. So like, I'm surprised they haven't restarted it yet. Bottas holds the top speed record here in a Williams at 239.4 miles per hour. Saw it on the TikTok. See, TikTok is wonderful for a little bit of facts like that. Weird but wonderful place.
I think not sure if it was in 2015 or 2016, but I do remember that. Yeah. They've always been Williams has always kind of developed cars with these characteristics, if I'm not mistaken. Always usually, and as you see, like for example, Monza. Yeah.
You'd think it would be like Monza when you think about or Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think Bottas actually said or was it him or was it Raikkonen who set like a really high top speed? No, wait. I think it was Checo actually. I was gonna say in Mexico. Well, let's see how they do now.
2 minutes to go.
Any predictions on your side as to who is going to be knocked out alongside the Vries?
Just having a look now at the people. Unfortunately, I think it's gonna be maybe an Alpha. Will be joining them. Maybe Tsunoda. I'm not sure. Maybe. Prediction from Will: the slowest people will be eliminated. Thanks for that. Oh, I'm not sure.
Oh, you're gonna see something that could possibly be the reason as to why the Vries had that issue.
Ew.
Yeah, I think it said that he had the brake-by-wire off
And
before
they
he left
still
the
sent
pits.
him out.
And I think they put him back on the pit box and probably did something, but
Obviously wasn't
what
enough.
they did probably
Yeah.
didn't help.
Break issue for Nick. I hope someone picks up that phone, because I'm beeping
Freaking
cold.
cold.
Oh, going back to my prediction, I think maybe Sonoda,
Okay.
an Alpha, or both. Maybe a Haas or both. I'm gonna have a look. I'm like, I don't know, because all the there's only like 2 or 3 top teams. The rest are like could go anywhere.
Maybe a Williams.
Maybe potentially a Williams. But not by much. I'm gonna go another Alpha. I'm gonna say 2 Alphas, 2 AlphaTauris.
Russell and Ocon are racing on the outlap. Okay.
And
Interesting.
Williams. What about you? What's your prediction?
Could probably agree with yours.
It's so hard to call it at the moment because some cars they do so well around street circuits. Other cars don't really like it.
Yeah, I think this one is really going to favor those who have like higher top speed, possibly, unless they set up the car in a way that kind of allows them to gain a lot of time in the narrower sections. I don't know. As I said before, I'm actually surprised to see the Alfa Romeo cars on the positions that they are at the moment, bearing in mind that there are still people in faster cars behind them who are yet to set a lap.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I could probably agree with you as I said.
That does look so much smaller in these new cars. Because it's so wide and long. Like,
and they've widened up that section, I believe. Yes, last year.
Have they? Doesn't look like they did it enough.
On the exit. So after that chicane, like the left-hander, I think they widened up the track a bit there. Oh, and speaking of changes made to the track, the DRS zone on the main straight has been shortened by 100 meters from this year, which means that the activation point is actually 100 meters ahead of where it normally is. So
it would be interesting to see a 05 to 08 car go round here. Yeah.
Possibly. Another yellow flag. Really?
Really already?
Oh my god. What am I seeing right now?
Wait for me. Wait for me.
I got little legs.
Wait for me, I got little legs. What's happened? Oh
my god. Gasly. What? He just broke half his car there.
Another red flag.
Oh, come on, man. This is only Q1, people. Come on.
Oh, that rear wing. Oh.
Yeah, that's like... What is going on? Was that in the same corner as well?
They're really going to suffer with the repair build this weekend. I'm not sure if you're aware of what happened.
As well. It was in the same corner.
Maybe a possible issue. That corner then in the future. Oh.
Drivers don't really like that corner, do they? They're just like, nope, this barrier ain't for me. Yeah, that corner just seems way too narrow. I think they should probably change the curve on the inside. Like, yeah, I think he kind of locked up as well a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, he locked up. Had to do a correction like mid corner.
And then the back end just went
Yeah.
gadung.
Yeah.
Oh.
This Midnight says Alpine are really suffering with their repair bill. Yes.
They're going to this weekend. Literally only just fixed
Carlos,
the car. Apparently they had to take the gearbox out and everything.
Okay. Just have a look at what's going on next. Ouch. That was close.
Oh. Oh. Whoa. Whoa.
That was close.
You spin me. I think it's either the same corner or the very next one. Is it the corner or is it the drivers just over trying?
I think that.
Bit of both, maybe.
Yeah, I think that corner as well. Like you really have to nail down the braking point. Otherwise,
yeah, you literally can't have any mistakes in that corner. You've literally got to brake, turn, and hope that you make the turn at this point. Like,
yeah, and even in the F1 game, you can feel that. Like, if you start braking a little bit too late, or if you start turning in a little bit too late, you're just gonna hit the barrier. Like as simple as that.
I think at this point it's just make it round the corner. If you have to go slower, go slower. Just make it round the corner. Is Gasly trying to get taken back to the pits in his car? He's still sat in it. No. I don't think it's drivable right now.
He left the car.
Oh.
You're gonna see it in a bit.
Maybe he was just waiting. He was like, "Oh, I don't want to go back to the team. They're gonna kill me."
Oh my God, what is going on? Carlos must be frustrated as well. I mean, we've seen him spin as he was going to do his first lap as well, which, like, even if it wasn't for this red flag, it wouldn't have mattered because he wouldn't have been able to put a good lap in.
See,
but he's probably frustrated.
This is showing us that lack of practice does have an effect. Because they only had one practice session to home down and go as fast as they can.
Yeah.
And exactly, as I said that, same thought, see? We thought at exactly the same time. You sent it into my brain and I just said it. Midnight said, could this mistakes be due to lack of testing and such practice? I think so, you know?
Yeah.
Like, probably this time last year. Did we ever sprint here? I'm not quite sure. But I don't remember being like 2 red flags within the first quali session.
But absolutely not.
I think it must be the lack of practice because they've only had one hour this morning, and that's it. And that's all the practice they'll get this weekend. Because obviously it goes practice, then this quali for Sunday, then tomorrow is literally everything to do with the sprint. And obviously the qualifying, then the sprint race. So that's not practice. They're going to have to push. And then obviously the race on Sunday. So that's what I'm saying. Like I think the lack of practice is affecting them right now. Because they haven't been able to push during the first practice session. Because I guess that was their gathering data. Trying to do as much development as they can and setups and stuff like that. So they probably weren't pushing as hard as they are now. Lack of practice and too much adrenaline. Yeah, potentially. Because this is probably the qualifying that probably means the most. As obviously it sets you up for the main race, which is the most points. Tomorrow, as it's a sprint race, yeah, obviously I think they're going to aim for pole positions and like good starting positions. It's a sprint race. It's not going to last as long. Like they can take it a little bit more risky than they did the previous years, but yeah.
Well, at least we know that 2 cars are already out of the quality of Q1.
Yeah.
As it is. One more out of I mean,
Didn't predict that.
they can't reach Q2. That is
Right, so I'm changing my prediction. One AlphaTauri, one Alpine,
one Alpine.
an Alpha.
Okay.
Another AlphaTauri and a Williams. There you go.
Okay.
Join me when they restart the session to update my prediction again, probably.
Yeah. Imagine if like 5 drivers from like 5 different teams crashed out of Q1.
Yeah.
Ooh, but that car doesn't look good in the slightest. That rear wing is a complete write-off. Speaking of rear wings, we've seen that a lot of teams came up with different wing concepts for this weekend. But one that really caught the eye to me was the Haas rear wing, because it seems like they got on the top end plate.
Mm-hmm.
No, Sarah, no.
Okay.
And
Just checking.
yeah, and it was really surprising to see their rear wing concept, because it seems like they got on the top end plate and they just cut out part of it to come up with a lower drag concept, which not really sure how that's going to work out, but yeah. What's your thoughts on a shock appearance into Q3 if we get there with the red flags by a Haas, Alpha, or Williams? Out of those 3, I think I'd be more surprised seeing one of the Alphas there, because I mean,
They seem very like
the Ferrari engine.
I don't know, flat in a way.
Seems,
like there's not much
the car
hype
just seems very
behind it.
draggy.
Yeah,
the car just seems very draggy. I mean, the engine power is obviously good when the engine doesn't blow up. That is
true.
But it just seems like, I don't know. They really went backwards this season. Last season, I was actually excited to see them because they had a really, really good car to start off the season. But in the second half of the season, they scored less points than Williams, which were clearly the worst team. Which goes to show that they weren't really good in terms of their development, as Sauber, like Alfa Romeo, usually is. I could see one of the Haas, maybe. I mean, I'd still be surprised, but not as much as if it was one of the Alphas.
Mm-hmm.
And the Williams as well. I mean, I know the Williams isn't necessarily the best car, but I think their low drag concept can really benefit them here. So, if they miss making it into Q2, it's definitely not going to be because of lack of top speed or anything. Probably going to be because the car isn't really as strong everywhere else. But I don't know. We've seen Albon getting to Q3 a few times last year, even though the car wasn't really good.
Well, can't forget that
who knows? Maybe he can do it this season.
Up until the red flag of him going off and spraying the gravel onto the track, he was running quite high, Albon.
Yeah, he was.
So potentially the performance is there. The car, just I guess he's got to get a good weekend overall.
Mm-hmm. I think as well, Sargent. He's been making a few mistakes, obviously, with him being a rookie, but I've seen him in Formula 2. He's very fast, especially during qualifying. So I think he might go a bit under the radar, but I reckon he can do well today.
Green flag.
Yes.
We're still in Q1.
Please be careful.
We're 40 minutes in and we're still in Q1.
Can you imagine someone crashing out of
go on their flying lap.
Of Q1 on the outlap.
We'll be like, oh, God's sake, just call it off. Just try again tomorrow.
I don't know why, but I feel like Carlos is probably going to do that.
Countdown to the next quick flag. 5, 4, 3,
Four,
2, 1.
What?
Not yet. Need the what is it? The Mario starting the do 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 do. Oh, fingers crossed. That's it. But it probably won't be because we've still got 2 Quali sessions to go.
Easy. Yeah.
2 to go, and we're still on Q1. Followed by the Wasted or Pac-Man Death, yeah. I don't know if it'll work. I don't think I have it on this screen, unfortunately. Got stuck in my head now.
Right.
New set of softs for Carlos.
He definitely needed one after the spin into turn 1.
Just be careful with them, Carlos. Just in case. Are we going to see teams come back in, or is this like it until Q1's over, do you reckon? Most of them are going on their flying laps now. Doesn't seem sense coming back in with I don't know, 1 minute to go.
I reckon the teams probably fill the cars for the drivers to do 2 timed laps right now because I don't know. Russell a bit Larry.
Basically, if you mess it up, you mess it up now.
Yeah.
If you nail it, you nail it. If you're in the middle, you're in the middle. Sorry, the Will Buxton, it just came over me then. I just thought I had to explain. And whoever goes fastest,
if you crash out of Q1,
will be in first place.
If you crash out in Q1, that means you can take part in Q2 and Q3. Oh,
really?
Okay. Well, okay. Surprised with that. We're gonna see something.
Ooh.
Williams are running high there.
Yeah.
For now, at least. I reckon Albon is probably safe.
So, with 3.5 minutes to go, Verstappen, Perez, Leclerc, Hamilton, Albon, Alonso, Norris, Sargent. Well, Russell just went up.
It's not changing.
Oh no!
What happened?
They're calling Magnussen back in.
Oh no.
That's over for Magnussen then, he's not going back out. So let me change my prediction once again.
Didn't he also have some issues?
Alpine. Pass. 2 Alphas. That's it. Obviously he's got an issue.
Didn't Magnussen have issues in free practice as well?
Yeah, he did actually. He was the other one that got... He was stopped on track or something, wasn't he? Obviously haven't been able to fix it.
It's not going to do it any favours.
Nope. Hopefully they get it working for tomorrow.
Ooh,
the lack of time within this weekend is really showing. It's not a prediction if you change it to the actual results at the end. Who says? I won't tell anyone if you don't. Oh, that was close.
What happened?
Just a little...
Is that a...
little boop to the wall.
Oh, at that corner as well, just after the castle section, the downhill left-hander. That's also a place where drivers usually struggle a lot.
Lando, do you want to give them a bit of space? Don't park up. Come on, guys. don't go in a traffic jam, you're gonna hold each other up, or you're gonna crash into each other with like a minute to go.
Oh.
See, my prediction, it seemed pretty good so far. Seems to be working out.
Right,
It's
is
like
everyone
it's
going
like I
into
can
the
read
pits?
like I can read the prediction. I can just like I just know.
Is that everyone done, or are drivers going for a second
I
lap?
think they're going for a second lap.
Oh yeah, Albon is on a lap.
Lance Lando, one of the alphas behind, is going for the last flying lap.
I really love that, like the helmet cam.
Yeah, it just shows how narrow
Such a good
that
addition.
castle section is, though.
Yeah. Oh, Perez is improving. Sargent is improving as well on his time.
Yeah.
I believe.
Oh, Albon's slightly slower in sector 2.
Let's see now on the main straight.
Is this going to be Albon's last lap?
Yes. Yeah, he didn't improve. Still, that's a very good effort from Sargent. He's about to cross the line,
Yeah.
I believe. Yes.
Oh! Come on, Sergeant.
Good. P6 and P7 for Williams. I know it's only Q1, but if they keep it up like this, it's going to be. This can be a good weekend for Williams.
Let's let them all finish and then we'll have a look.
Tsunoda is about to finish his lap. Okay. I'm surprised to see Carlos that far down the grid. They've set a really bad lap to start off with.
We only technically had like 2 laps, didn't we? With everything.
I mean, still. Okay. Bottas going to finish his lap. Oh, okay.
Oh.
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 Everything is changing.
Oh.
Everything is changing like last second. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. Well,
I was semi-right in my prediction. Damn it.
that's both Haas cars out. Okay.
Right, so I believe
It's not
everyone's
really
finished.
shocking, is it?
So I don't think Verstappen's finished. So with Q1
Yeah.
finished, at the moment we've got Leclerc, Verstappen, Alonso, Perez, Russell, Hamilton, Norris, Albon, Sainz, Tsunoda, Sargent, Piastri, Stroll, Bottas, Ocon, and then the elimination zone is Zhou, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Gasly, and De Vries.
Oh, Joel only missed out by 20 milliseconds.
And
That's painful.
That's painful.
Yeah, but I mean, as we were discussing, like it's not really surprising to see some of the cars there, like the Alpha, both has.
Yeah, Haas last year though, they were like, I don't know, they were doing so well at the start, and then obviously they just stopped developing. And it's like they've done that this year as well. They've just gone, Haas. What's the point? Yeah.
Talking about Haas, yeah. They made it into Q3 here. I believe Mick qualified P10. I don't know, it just doesn't seem.
So
but you know something. Oh, sorry.
So nearly after an hour, we've got 50 minutes. We've just finished Q1.
Oh my god! Oh, that was the longest Q1 session I've seen in a while.
Yep. I'm just watching the ads.
Ooh. Hamilton clipped the wall there at the exit of the downhill left-hander. Is that turn 15? Oh, and on the exit there as well. Yeah, that corner is going to be a nightmare as well.
Yeah, but by the first lap, I don't know, we'll have 10 runners or something like that. They've all just they've gone bowling into several corners.
Oh my god. Right. Is it just me, or has Magnussen been out-qualified in every single race by Hulkenberg so far? I believe he has.
Potentially. I'm quite sure. I can't remember what Haas has qualified. I don't know. Good question. I had no idea.
Oh. Very interesting. Very interesting. This is probably going to be good for Bottas as well in terms of his battle with Zhou. Obviously, Bottas hasn't been doing extremely well in races and qualifying this season. Hopefully, this gives him a confidence boost going into this weekend. Okay, so it starts in 1 minute actually. Q2 is going to start in 1 minute. Yeah, no time wasted into this.
They're not wasting time. They're like, yeah, come on, let's get over and done with.
Yeah, come on, hurry up!
I want to go home. Oh, just saw Russell, Hamilton, and Norris.
George Russell.
Did you see that camera as well?
Yeah.
With the faces.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, the Williams have wasted no time getting out of the pits. The Aston Martin then, okay. Nice. So, what about this session? Who are you?
Ooh.
So let's do a pre-prediction and then an actual prediction once everyone puts a lap in.
Oh, I think Bottas, unfortunately, is going to get eliminated.
Yeah, I agree.
Potentially Sargent, Sonoda, okay. Maybe. Maybe Piastri, maybe. I don't know whether to go for Albon or someone else. I'd like to see Albon into Q3. I'm thinking I don't know. Don't know.
I think I have another candidate for that, for the last spot, because I think I agree with all of your choices, and I'm actually going to say probably Ocon.
Yeah, potentially.
Because the Alpine doesn't. Because I don't know, the Alpine just seems like it doesn't really stand out at anything. It's just balanced car, can do everything a little bit, but it's not it doesn't particularly excel at anything.
No.
I don't know. Ocon usually has some issues in qualifying around here, I believe. No, don't quote me on that, but I know he sometimes struggles around certain tracks, and didn't seem to be too impressive in Q1, but it's actually something I want to discuss with you. I'm not sure if you're going to notice it once it passes on the camera.
Yeah. What would you like to discuss? Not sure if I've seen
So
it
did
yet.
you see the...
Say if you've seen it and I'll see if I've seen it.
Okay, so I'm not sure if you've seen when they passed through the castle section on the helmet cam.
Oh yeah.
The light was hitting the drivers like right in the eyes.
Oh yeah.
I think it was on Lewis's onboard.
Yeah, I did see that.
Wait, that has
Slightly
to be
dangerous.
like concerning as well.
I'll say slightly dangerous.
On a section of the track like that, it's kind of concerning.
Shut your eyes and just hope that you make it through. Right. Let's get the going.
Cool.
Do we see any of the big teams in one of their drivers going out, or do you think they're pretty much safe?
Not sure. They seem to be like quite on it. Like,
I'm thinking maybe potentially Stroll. Maybe.
Oh yeah,
because compared to Alonso,
but I don't know.
Qualifying like compared to Lance and Alonso, I think Alonso will get higher than what Stroll will. That's why I'm like potentially maybe
I agree.
could be going out.
I agree with that, but then again, considering how good that Aston Martin is, and if you compare it with sort of like, no disrespect, like the caliber of cars, of certain cars we are seeing now, he'd either have to like crash out
or mess it up. Yeah,
mess it up like completely. Otherwise, I think it's highly unlikely.
I think it's not likely, but I was just trying to have a look because I'm thinking the AlphaTauri, the Williams, a McLaren, and Bottas, obviously. I was thinking I think the Red Bulls are safe. I think the Mercedes are safe. The Ferraris are probably safe. Maybe, potentially, I don't know. Maybe not. The Ferraris are not safe, and maybe Carlos goes out. I don't know.
Carlos, I was going to say that. Like, actually, as an outlier.
Can't predict like stuff like that happening. But apart from that, I think maybe Stroll or Sainz.
Yeah, I'd say
teams.
if it was one of the big teams, I agree with you. Like, if it was from one of the big teams, I'd probably call out those two names first. But, wait, so Lando is still on the pits. Is he going to go out at some point?
I mean, we'd hope so. Hopefully he hasn't got an issue either.
Because McLaren isn't looking too bad.
Yeah, I thought that. It's not looking too bad, but still not like amazing.
Yeah, it's not amazing. Yeah. I believe they also said, like, I'm not sure if it was actually Lando or if it was like someone within the team, possibly Andrea Stella, but in principle, that said that the upgrade package they bought to Baku obviously will improve the car. They expect to improve the car, but this is probably not going to be the track where you're going to see that noticeable gap in performance. They said it would probably suit more Monza than this track, which for me is still a bit insane, considering like they are bringing in an upgrade package, and it's okay. If it wasn't to bring that much improvement on the track, it's going to be introduced, then it's a bit pointless, I guess. But I mean, as long as the car performance improves.
True. Can only go up.
Yeah, I don't think they can. Yeah, they really can't go further down, can they?
No. Compared to where they were at the start, like right at the start.
Yeah. Sainz is struggling with these tires, quote. Probably using the same set of tires he used in Q1 then, for one of his runs.
They put him on new softs though.
Ooh, I'm actually noticing something. I actually tuned into Leclerc's onboard, and there's still quite a lot of bouncing there. You can see him bouncing on the straight quite a lot. Not sure if the car is necessarily porpoising too much, but you can definitely see him bouncing.
Maybe it's just like jamming out to some rock song. Yeah.
Ooh, what happened to Carlos? He probably spun somewhere and made a mistake.
He's going so slow.
I don't know, I think it was Leclerc after he finished his lap. Sainz is 19 seconds behind. Okay.
Norris still hasn't come out yet.
Where's Lando? Lando is on an out lap. The only driver yet to complete a lap on this session. Oh, Albon is the driver at risk at the moment. Nova's in P7. Okay. Kind of an Alpine and Hamilton. Ooh. Let's go so on the edge there on that. I'm not sure if I think it's turn 15, but you know which one I'm referring to, the downhill left-hander. It just gets so close to the barriers every time.
Yeah. Oh, that was close to the wall.
Okay. Oh, so you're still there. Okay. I need to wait a little bit more then because you're
I'm with Carlos
behind
at the moment.
Has he finished his lap on your screen, or is he still crossing the line?
He's about to finish it. He's on that main straight now.
Okay.
He's finished it now.
All right. Okay. Which minute was that? Just to
5 minutes and 50.
Okay, so I'm 20 seconds ahead of you then.
Hamilton at risk.
Hamilton at risk, and you see that Albon is not too far behind him. The lap times seem to be a lot closer in this session.
They do.
Albon is improving.
It's cool.
Might be able to get out of Q2 if he keeps on going like this. I saw what you did there. Okay.
I'm just on board with Albon.
Okay. It's looking interesting. Hamilton is yet to finish his lap as well.
Albon up to 7th.
Lando should be about to cross the line on your screen.
Yes. He crossed the line now.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh. What happened here? Oh. The yellow flag.
Please no.
I don't think it's going to be a red flag situation, but... Yep. It was Carlos.
Carlos.
Yeah, just went off the track. Like, he outbroke himself going into the corner where De Vries and Gasly crashed. Which I believe he also did in 2021. He had to go to the escape road to avoid colliding with the wall.
Oh. That was close between the McLaren and him.
Yeah. On the rejoin, that was a bit
close.
Well, Albon there had a moment in one of those corners to keep the car. Ooh. Very close.
He knew that he wasn't. I was gonna say he knew he wasn't gonna make that corner then.
Yeah. I mean, the least he wants to happen is to, like, crash out now when he's probably going to make it into Q3 with that lap time. Ocon, one of the drivers at risk. Still finishing a lap. Right, so I don't really think... Nah, let me just wait a little bit more before I say something that doesn't make sense. So is everyone going for another lap then? It must be. The only driver on the pits is Leclerc. He's not going to go out of pits. Doesn't have enough time.
He's not going for another lap.
Yeah. Doesn't even need it, to be fair.
True.
With a very tiny lap there so far. Right.
No one's safe.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is definitely last lap for everybody. So, let's see. Okay. That's the sector. Well, it's really shocking to see Verstappen there. Okay. Ooh. Interesting.
Jesus. Was flying up.
No way.
What?
You're gonna see it.
Put us out.
You're gonna see it in a bit. Oh! No way. So, have you seen it?
Oh yeah. Don't know.
What?
Russell!
Right, I know you're gonna say that I'm probably lying, but I was like, in my head, as we were talking about the drivers in the top teams that could be knocked out, I was like, I don't know why there's one of the Mercedes that can go out, but I'm not gonna say it because I wasn't. I had a strong feeling, but I wasn't too sure about it in a way. So I know it doesn't sound right, but wow, I wasn't expecting him to get knocked out.
That happened.
4 milliseconds as well. 4 milliseconds. Are you joking?
Right, so Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, Sainz, Alonso, Norris, Tsunoda, Stroll, Piastri, Hamilton, and then knocked out Russell, Ocon, Albon, Bottas, and Sargent.
Yeah, I guess we were expecting the Williams pair and Bottas to get knocked out. Ocon, I mean, we did kind of say it because yeah, it wasn't really too surprising. But Russell knocked out.
Yeah, I wouldn't have predicted that.
That's
yeah.
I had a certain feeling that it could happen, but I wasn't completely.
You didn't want to jinx
it. Yeah.
Alright.
Well.
Right.
Definitely spice things up.
That's him having to like work as hard as you can in the sprint tomorrow. Those Mercs just don't look set up for quali pace. Yeah. Obviously not.
And we've kind of seen it even last year and 2021. They weren't particularly great around this track. So, don't know. Well, it could be setup related. It could also be car concept related.
Essentially. Car just doesn't like this track.
Yeah. Oh, apparently Hamilton was 1.3 tenths faster than Russell in the low-speed corners. Well, that time would have made the entire difference of him getting into Q3 or like somewhere mid-table and then getting knocked out.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna be mad at himself for that.
Yep.
Have you seen it? The footage of like one of his runs there?
No, I'm on an ad.
Oh. He just he like had a bit of a tricky exit of the penultimate corner before the straight, I believe, and he went like the car bottomed out on the curb. And that made him lose a whole lot of time.
That'll be why then.
Right. So, wait. So both McLarens into Q3.
Yeah.
It's a huge step for them.
Yeah, considering that I didn't think Ashley was going to make it.
So no, the P7, fair play to him as well.
Fair play to him. Well.
He also did quite well here last season until he was plagued by his DRS issues. Oh, he's happy with that. He should. That's a really good performance from him so far.
Huge step for McLaren or backward step for Merc? Both. But we knew that McLaren was bringing upgrades this weekend.
Yeah.
So, obviously, they're working so far.
Yeah.
For Merc?
Only time will tell if these upgrades are actually going to be good for the upcoming events, and if it's actually a step up, where it's definitely looking promising now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
So, prediction for pole, who you reckon?
Are we just going to go for the usual suspect?
Up to you.
Kinda have to, don't we? It just seems to be like always. It's always like this. It doesn't seem like he's going to challenge for pole like in Q1, Q2, and then you just see him pull off like the lap of his life when it really matters. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm impressed with Ferrari as well.
Yeah. Well, one of the Ferraris.
I mean, Carlos finished P4 in Q2.
Yeah, not too bad then.
Uh,
Who do you reckon for top three then?
Oh, and you know what? I'm still holding on just to see if Aston Martin really isn't up to par today, or if they were holding themselves back for Q3. Because if they show some pace, I reckon it can be just like possibly Verstappen, Leclerc, and Alonso. Otherwise, I'd say Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez.
I haven't seen much of the Astons today. No, not much.
Yeah. So I was saying, I don't know if they were holding themselves back, like for Q3, or if they were driving somewhat close to their limit for this track.
I was going to say the Astons usually kind of the last few races anyway that it's really shown in the race, not necessarily the qualifying.
Yeah, as well. Yeah. I mean, saying that, Alonso has been qualifying quite highly every time. At least.
Very true.
Here's an interesting stat. Charles Leclerc is the only driver to take multiple poles at this track in both 2021 and 2022. Interesting. Sun is getting lower and lower. You can tell at the castle section, it's probably going to get closer and closer to the driver's eyes through there.
Yeah, that can't
Hope
help.
no one crashes.
Can't help. Visibility.
What about yourself? Who do you reckon is going to be the top three?
I think I agree with you, to be honest. I'd like to see Leclerc and Alonso up there. The leg.
Charles Leclerc. Right. Could we see, for example, Norris out-qualify one of the Astons today?
I don't know, maybe. If so, it'll be Stroll.
Yeah. I believe so too. We'll see. I would be surprised if Tsunoda managed to out-qualify one of the McLarens are probably going to be the ones fighting for
That was close.
that to the top 10.
For that cross section, that was close. Taylor Swift
Yeah.
wants an Aston pole position. I think she does. That's what she said.
Oh my god, Max, where did you pull that lap off? From wait, what is that? What is that lap? Oh. Oh, there's no way. Interesting. You're gonna see it once Leclerc passes the line.
Nearly there. Oh! Identical!
It's exactly the same lap time. Okay, so Leclerc was the fastest in Sector 1, but then Sector 2 and Sector 3, that's where he lost time to Verstappen. Okay.
Is George looking grumpy again?
I mean, obviously, Max is worth mentioning for those that might not know. In this case, since Max set his lap time first compared to Leclerc, he's going to be the one on pole for now.
Provisional pole, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Still Stroll and Piastri to do a lap. Ooh. What happened to Alonso? That doesn't seem... It seems particularly slow for him. Might have had a small moment at some point. Okay.
Okay, drivers will be going to the pit this lap. Or next lap.
Stroll and Piastri have the track all for themselves now.
Ooh, very nice.
Track is getting a little bit colder. The sun is setting. Seems to be a windy there, or was it my impression?
Not sure. Doesn't look too bad. Oh no, I just saw the flag. It does look a little bit windy. Just saw the flag on the castle. Just be like...
Yeah. The visual representation was...
Yeah, I just saw the flag.
10 out of 10.
And the sound it would make would be like... 5 minutes to go.
Okay, so Max is going out for a second run.
Nice.
New set of softs. Set of softs for him. Piastri. What? Piastri might be ahead of both Astons and Tsunoda for now. Oh, Stroll said that DRS isn't working.
Oh.
And that, as you know, is costly around here. Okay, scrap what I said about Piastri. Yeah, you can see that the DRS wasn't activated on Stroll's lap, at least on his way to the finish line. I'm trying to create a gap to the Aston. Oh.
Nick.
Oh, Mr. Midnight has a clip. Go get to the clip. Shock due to Russell elimination.
What? I watched that in a little bit.
Ooh. Did you see Alonso locking up, having to avoid Hamilton?
No.
Exiting the pits?
Not seen that yet.
Really?
But sorry for looking down quite a lot. My phone is there with you.
Oh.
Got my phone.
Please don't. Okay.
Leclerc is up. Finds this down.
Perez is setting purple
Perez is
sectors.
up.
We've seen it all today.
Seen it all when it's not finished yet.
Yeah, Sainz on sector 2. Okay. So, I don't think Leclerc is going to do another lap after this one. Okay. He's on pole for now. Sainz didn't improve. Actually went slower, I believe. Oh, Perez. He said 2 purple sectors, but still went slower.
Leclerc professional pole?
Well. Oh? Okay. Max doesn't improve. Huh.
What's happening?
I can't hear you, by the way.
You can't hear me?
Oh, now I can. Okay.
No, I wasn't speaking, I was just like...
Oh, because I saw you move your lips and I thought you were talking. Well.
Right.
Third year in a row. He's on pole position. Very nice.
Is Ferrari back?
Is Ferrari back? They definitely seem to have improved. But we'll see. We always know that sometimes they do really well in qualifying, but then it all goes down on the race. So.
Do you know what gave Leclerc the pole? It was his music he released. It's like, we'll go P1, go get in the charts.
Yeah. And as Midnight says, seems like a poor performance from Sainz, mind you.
Yeah. I think the whole quali session he's been struggling today.
Yeah. That was so on the limit into turn 1. From Charles. Ooh! Oh my god. He actually did clip the wall there, I think. I think he did actually clip the wall there.
Have a look.
He
About
did.
to see it now.
He did.
Just a tad little boop.
Boop. Side boop.
Boop, boop.
Okay. We really surprised with the results on Q3?
Yes and no. I thought Max, with his run currently, would have got pole, but he's still on the first row. I'm happy for Leclerc. I'm really happy for Leclerc.
Same. He deserved that. He's been having a rough time, and I just hope that he can avoid any issues in the race. Wow. Yeah, you just see, like, there's such a big gap. Feels like we are in 2022 again. Because you just see, like, Leclerc, then the Red Bull's really close by. I mean, Sainz, you could have probably been closer to the Red Bulls. And then you see everyone, like, almost a second or more behind them. I'm actually surprised with Aston Martin. Thought they were going to be able to...
Yeah. Seems a bit...
Then again, it's not much missing from them to be able to unlock that extra bit of performance.
No, so with Q3 finished, we currently have Leclerc on pole, Verstappen, then Perez, then Sainz, then Hamilton, Alonso, Norris, Tsunoda, Stroll, Piastri.
Yeah. As Midnight said, seems like the Mercedes power cars suffered here. Yes.
Yeah.
They did. Five of them made it into Q3, but
that, like that.
Yeah. You can see the lack of power.
Yeah, I was gonna say that power to get them on the first row obviously wasn't there. Inspector Hamilton just like looking at the Ferrari.
Let's see. Obviously, as we all know, qualifying is one thing, the race is another, and yeah, we know that certain cars have better race pace, so this might not mean much. Obviously, if you have a good qualifying, that is always essential, but you know that it's never like definitive. Kind of stating the obvious, but it just is in a way. Oh, look who's there.
Hello, Nick. Hello.
Surprise. Mr. Nicholas.
Hello.
Maybe actually, because I forgot to do it before.
Hello. Thank you for the resub. Did that resub not go through the other day then? I'm confused. It says 2 days ago Nick resubbed. It's a few seconds ago Nick resubbed.
Maybe you only got the alert now.
Oh. Nevertheless, thank you very much, Nick. I appreciate you. And how are you doing? Did you enjoy? Did you watch along the quali? How did you find it? Not sure it came through again. It was so nice it had to show me twice. But thank you, I appreciate you. You know, I appreciate you. Yeah, how are you? Did you enjoy the quali if you watched along? Fun. Happy with the result or not so happy?
Happy.
Be happy. do, 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 do.
You're gonna get a copyright strike, I know that.
No. Also, as you can see, joined by Mr. Pedro himself.
Oh,
Pedro!
well,
Also, it was nice to share the track with you last night. I know I couldn't obviously join until the last race, but it was nice to have a little bit of practice with you.
absolutely.
Oh, well done, Charles.
Oh. Well. No, what apart from the excessive amount of red flags in Q1, I think this was pretty good qualifying session. It wasn't as straightforward as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously the 2 red flags on Q1 seemed a bit, I don't know. Obviously, I think maybe for the first one it was needed, but for the second one, no, it was over quite quickly.
Yeah.
But it's just that it's finding that argument. Is the lack of practice affecting them, or will affect them going forwards? So maybe that's something to take away from obviously the whole new format. I don't know. Other than that, pretty well. Obviously, we didn't expect Russell to get knocked out on Q2.
Yeah, that was definitely a
apart from
surprise.
that, good to see the McLarens both in Q3. Both Aston Martins, both Ferraris. So yeah, excited for the sprint and for the race. Obviously, this qualifying session sets the grid for Sunday. It's a whole new kettle of fish tomorrow. Whole different ball game.
Absolutely.
So will we see the same for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Or will we see Max back on pole? Yeah, it was fun. I'm just too slow, really. No, you're not, Nick. You're not slow. Don't say that about yourself.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I think obviously with it, I mean, I reckon there's going to be a different approach.
It's not facts.
Well.
It's not.
No.
I have a scientific source right here that says Nick is fast and nothing else should be said against that. Yeah, nothing else matters. You're fast, and I have scientific proof that you're fast.
Yes.
So exactly. I've got what's the Drive to Survive? I've got it printed out. But yeah, are you looking forward to the sprint race tomorrow? The sprint qualifying? Or
definitely.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, but then I'm like,
It's more than anything just to see how this new qualifying format actually looks like in full effect.
Yeah, 100%. I think obviously from already they can take a few things from it that some work, some don't.
Yeah.
Not a fan of F1 Sprint, well let's see. Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle at the moment. obviously it's a lot more on-track action and a lot more for the drivers. I think the lack of practice might be a little bit, I don't know, it will have an effect at some point. Maybe, well, it had a little effect today, but I think if they choose to carry on with this format for the rest of the sprint races, I think for the other tracks it might pose a little bit of a not a risk, but like a, what's the word? Like, well, potentially risk, because some of the other tracks, if they've not had enough practice and they just fly around there, could see more red flags.
Yeah.
I don't want to see any more red flags.
If it happens at Imola, they implement this. Like, can you imagine how, as well, like, just putting this into perspective, have you realized how stacked the weekend is going to be at Imola? Because they're going to test the new wet tires. If they implement this qualifying format as well, with all the possible red flags you can see there, like,
a long weekend.
it's going to be a long weekend.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, overall, pretty happy with qualifying. Yeah, didn't obviously expect the 2 red flags. Hopefully, they have a better sprint qualifying tomorrow. Both De Vries and Pierre Gasly. Other than that, didn't expect George Russell. Happy with the top 10. What about you?
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. Like, I'm not really sure if I have anything else to add. Just, yeah, I agree with what you said. It's good to see. Obviously, both McLarens into Q3, massive step up from them, and let's hope that those upgrades will also work for the future tracks.
Yeah,
and it was great to see Tsunoda in Q3 as well.
Of course.
Getting a good result in the end.
Yeah. And obviously that sets him up for Sunday. But like we said, qualifying again tomorrow for the sprint. We're not sure, obviously, where or who will be showing it as yet. Maybe here again. It depends. I'm not quite sure if I'm around in the morning or the afternoon. So potentially I might be able to do some of sprint qualifying.
Okay.
I won't be able to do the sprint race. And I don't know if I'll be able to do the race. But you will see me tomorrow for the pre-GP. I'm definitely be home by then. So time to drive Baku on F1 2022.
Yay!
Don't know if I'm looking forward to that or not. Since last year, I think from what I remember, wasn't Baku our first GP? Our first pre-GP.
I believe so.
No, yeah, a whole year pre-GPs. Let's go. Yeah, I'll definitely be back for then. I'll let you know or update anybody or on Discord if I can do sprint qualifying tomorrow. If not, I believe that if you're available, then obviously make sure to go follow Pedro, and if you can, he will try to show you the sprint race. If not, I think it's over to midnight on Sunday, and if I can, I'll try and do a mobile like a mobile reaction on the go, as they say. But other than that, I will see you tomorrow for the pre-GP, and then we can have a talk about the sprint and the sprint qualifying then, if you want, if we're not able to show it, but if we are, we'll be around somewhere. I'll be here or Pedro or midnight, so just keep your eyes peeled for that, and I'm sure we'll be floating around. Yeah, I know, I said the pre-GP. Yeah, I literally just said the pre-GP. I said I will be there for the pre-GP. I'm looking forward to it.
It's me.
Semi. I'm so looking forward to it. Semi, a bit scared, worried. Because I feel like I'm going to crash. But because you missed it, I have to go over it again. But I think it's a year since we started the pre-GPs, so... Oh yeah, pre-GP, let's go. Oh, you're celebrating it. I thought you were just like, you were reminding me of it again, and I was like, I know. I know it's going on, and I'll be there. I thought you were telling me off. I thought you were going to be like, you better be there. Or else.
I actually like Baku. It's probably one of my favorite tracks on F1.
Great to celebrate
F1
1
games,
year with a
but-
Baku Crash Fest. Yeah.
I actually like the track, but I'm
I
probably
like the
going to hit
track,
the walls a few
but
times.
on F1 2022, I don't know if it will be like my greatest ever pre-GP with those physics.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much, Pedro, for joining me today. I really do appreciate that. I know it was obviously short notice, and yeah, I think we did pretty well. So go us. But yeah, like I said, just keep your eye peeled across the 3 channels. We'll be around somewhere during the weekend if we can. And yeah, I'll be back 9 PM tomorrow for sure, for definite, with the pre-GP. But yeah, have a good rest of your evening / afternoon, as it's still quite early. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Is there anyone we can go and raid, by the way? Let me know and I'll send you somewhere.
I'm not sure.
No, I will see you at 9. Alright. I'm gonna try not to be late. Now I said that, I'm gonna be late.
Yeah. And thank you for letting me be. Thank you for letting me be over on this side, because like I've been struggling to be able to like just put things on my side of like on my channel, and
No worries.
yeah.
No worries, we
It's
appreciate
really
your
happy
support,
that
and I'm sure at some point we'll get you up and running.
yeah, I'll try my bestest.
Yeah, we can go. I can only speak. We can go and raid try me.
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds good. Let me get it. Let me get it started. Drive 97. I think I
Yes.
spelled it right.
Yes.
Let's get it rolling.
Whee!
Woo! But yeah, thank you very much for the support on today's stream. Thank you very much, Pedro, for joining me again. And
Thank you for letting me join you.
probably have to do some uni work later, so I don't know if I'll be back later for another stream. But if I am, it'd be like I can do something. If not, definitely tomorrow at 9 PM. Maybe the sprint qualifying. I'm not quite sure. I'm a bit disorganised at the moment. I've got a few things going on, but I'm sure at some point I'll see you again. So keep your eyes peeled, and I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, go and show Tribe all of the love and support you show me. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. And sending all my love to everybody, and I hope you have a good evening wherever you get up to. And yeah, bye from me. Anything you want to say, Pedro?
Yeah, just want to wish everyone a good rest of their day, and hopefully see you all soon on the next podcast and the pre-GP.
Should we try and do a high five? I can't remember which way it goes. That way for me. No, other way, other way, other way.
Other way?
Yeah, that way. We did it. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh man.